Hello! It's actually very convenient that I'm alone in chat right now in the channel at the moment because I am as we speak, and you can't see this. I'm not going to show you, but I am finishing the last editing pass of the epilogue of the novel I am going to publish. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna do it throughout stream now. It's just gonna be like it's not gonna be that long anymore. Yeah. You're just gonna have to bear with me on this. Okay, that's spelled correctly. Yeah, it's the epilogue. Uh, I mean, in a sense, it's also unfortunate that there's no one else here, so no one can keep you entertained. But I gotta finish this, folks. I gotta do it. I've been working on the last two chapters all day. The last one needed a few things. I'm almost done. I just gotta do a few more things. And I'll have to export it. There's a few things I need to there's some people I need to send it to. And of course the artwork is gonna be a thing that I need to worry about. Uh, this is a very awkward sentence.
Ah, damn.
Hello. Welcome. I am. This is an interesting, awkward moment you've caught me at. I am currently editing the end of the epilogue, the final editing pass of the novel.
This is actually also awkward for me because me, Seator, and Win did like 4 missions in Helldivers, and we're like really fucking pumped right now.
Damn.
Oh my god, I just let me just say about Helldivers, like I've been so jaded for like the past, I want to say like for like the past 10 years by like live service and like free to play and pay to win games, that having a genuine like PvE game that's like player driven is so fucking amazing to have again.
I
Like
mean,
the
those
last
are
time,
rare.
yeah, they're very rare.
AK-47s for everyone.
AK-47s for everyone. No, it's so nice just to have a game that is led by gamers, like in the good way. Good gamers. um,
The correct moral police kind. I'm kidding.
yeah, it's just it's so much fun. It's like me, Ctor, and when playing is like Ctor's like calling in drones and killing everything, including me. He killed me like 3 or 4 times
Oh,
in
yeah.
the missions, but still, it's like it worked out for us. And Wynn's fucking amazing. She has amazing trigger discipline. It's so fucking cool.
He was
Penis.
disparaging you and your
No, it wasn't
style in Helldiver.
No, it wasn't disparaging.
You know
I
this
mean,
is recorded, Posh, right?
no.
I know.
I was saying like all the friendly kills, like the 3 or 4 times that Ctor killed me, there was a good reason because either I walked in his line of fire or I was in the middle of him calling an orbital strike. And it just happened.
Or you were just annoying me and I used this as excuses.
Terrible
Yeah,
trigger
that's true.
discipline.
But yeah, Win was. I mean, I said it during the game. I'm not like trying to blow smoke up her ass, but she was a good.
She doesn't watch these, don't worry. She has
I don't
things to
care.
do.
No, I don't care. She was really fucking amazing. Like I'm not kidding. Her trigger discipline was really fucking good. So
In highly competitive, I want to say. I would not say that Helldivers is competitive, but the kind of intense
no, it's
quick.
absolutely not. Yeah,
No, but what I'm trying to say is the kind of ones where it's very quick, very fast time to respond, that kind of thing. I
Ooh.
think Win thrives in that kind of environment.
The Karen Gillan. Do you guys know about the Willy Wonka experience debacle?
The one in
well,
Scotland.
I
Yeah.
think everybody on the planet heard about that.
Apparently, Karen Gillan said that she wants to be cast in a movie adaptation about the story of this, or in the thing itself. Either one is fine.
I mean, the introduction of a villain character, the Shadow Chocolate Maker, that's like a
The
good piece of
unknown.
fan. Yeah, the unknown. That's a good piece of fan. A good fan creation, like an enemy in the walls of the Willy Wonka factory. It's just
It's so incredibly memey for it to live in his walls.
it's really sad that it was made by an AI. Like
Mm.
like I watched Pyrocynical's stream about the events and learning that they had a 15-page script developed by AI, and like the actor that was supposed to be Willy Wonka was just like he was an amateur actor, but he like looked at the script and was like, "This is fucking garbage. What do you want me to do with this?" And they were like, "Just do whatever you want."
Oh yeah, it was supposed to conclude with Willy Wonka defeating the unknown by sucking him up into a vacuum. And they didn't have a vacuum, so they told the guy to improvise something.
Lamau. My god.
I mean, and not having a vacuum in the UK, it's like Hoover is a fucking UK mainstay. How do you not have a Hoover vacuum?
Hell
Like,
if
what's
I know.
going on? Yeah,
Hell if I know, man.
I mean, you're living in the UK. What's the Hoover situation over there?
There it fucking is. And
I do not
look at
fucking know.
this.
What
Look
are
What
you
at
happened?
doing?
Look
What are you doing,
look at
Burger?
there it is. There it is.
All
There
right,
it
let me look
is.
in the studio.
There it
What are
is.
you doing?
That's what I just did.
End? You did end.
Yeah, I just finished the last editing pass of the novel.
Oh
Good
damn.
job. You
Hell
actually
yeah.
complete. I mean, not to disparage 34 Worlds, but good job on ending something.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I pushed this ahead for a while. 296 pages. There's a, it's not easy to fucking actually iterate on a thing like
That's
this.
fair.
Yeah,
The
that's
hard
fair.
thing is really going to be finding an artist.
For the cover?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Just because the whole process is quite a thing. Hang on, where's the fucking note? Give me the
I
fucking
mean,
note.
as long as you have a fair commission price and
Yeah.
it's a decent author
Yeah.
or artist, you should be okay.
That's
Yeah,
very
true.
much the plan, to actually do a good commission price.
Excuse me.
Also, I just want to say thank you very much for commissioning an artist and not just going the AI route.
I mean, the
appreciate
AI
that.
artist would be shit. That's the problem. I mean,
True.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be what I
You could
want.
just give the book and tell them to write a giant ass fucking piece
No,
about it. I'm kidding.
that's not how that works. Okay. I have to, can they do notes on a PDF?
No.
I gotta,
I
no, I have to
my
do a PDF. I'll have to do a PDF.
I have had the shittiest day I've had in a while today. And not mentally speaking, just like physically speaking.
Oh, what happened?
I did half my workout today because I thought, hey, I'm gonna go out on a run, that would be really good. But of course, me being me, I got out of bed at 9:30 instead of, being reasonable and getting out at like 8 at the very least, because that
Well, I
would be
mean,
reasonable.
it's still morning.
It's still morning, but given me how long I take to go through things, by the time I'm finished, it's fucking 10:30, 10:45. But anyways, so yeah, that happens. I'm like, fuck, it's taking so long and shit, and it's making me feel worse. And then, oh yeah, absolutely terrible fucking weather. It's raining a lot. And I'm like, fuck, I can't run today. Shit, I get really frustrated. And then, come afternoon, I go out to see a friend and his friend. It's going well, and then poof, overstimulation.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there before.
I'm just like, bro, this sucks. People have to deal with this shit.
Oh, that's very
The lights feel, the lights don't hurt, but they just feel imposing. Being in a room of people just feels absolutely fucking nerve-wracking. Just standing still makes me feel like I want to fucking punch people. Bruh.
What I've learned in my personal experience is that fluorescent lights are like my greatest enemy. I fucking hate fluorescent lights.
That is fair. I do too.
But like for me, what I do, whether I'm in my truck or at home, is that the first thing I do, like the moment I wake up, is like I rip off my CPAP mask, I take my medication, and I just put like what I'll do is I'll put on whatever clothes are around me, which is usually the clothes I wore the night previous, and I'll just like go outside and just like wander around, and that usually kind of helps me.
Fair.
Yeah,
chat.
that's what I
I
do.
have to hide Discord for a moment. Chat. I'll be back with you. I'm still here. You just can't show you Discord right now.
No, it's just me and Posh, so
No,
it
I'm talking
doesn't
to
really
chat,
matter.
not you. You not seeing.
You don't count. You're irrelevant.
No. Candace, why don't you come in?
I don't think
that
she can.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a shower and it helped. It didn't fix, but it helped. And then I just kind of ate my comfort pudding, and yeah, that helped. But yeah, also
You
I
get-
noticed during the entire thing when I was talking to my friend and their friend as well, I just couldn't keep track of the conversation at all. Well, it's a very weird thing. I could and I couldn't. Like, I felt like I was both there and not at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
Discord
in
can
I've
be
been in that
back.
situation. Yeah, that I've been in that situation before, and it's just like when you're in that situation. At least for me, is like the best thing you could do is just try to listen. And if somebody says your name specifically, just be like, "Yeah, uh-huh," or just
Also,
grunts.
well, that's what I normally do, so it's default for me. But like, just talking felt like it was taking so much energy out of me. Like I talked, you know how I talk, right? You've interacted with me enough to know how I talk, right? I can either talk really
Yeah,
quickly
yeah,
or I can stumble on my words badly. Here it felt like I was going
The normal speed.
10 seconds just of silence and then another word. 10, like, there was a 10-second gap between every fucking word. That's how it felt like. I'm just like, bro.
I feel like I'm in the beneficial position of being like with the friends I have in real life. They've known me long enough, and they know like all my quirks to where it's just like if I don't respond to anything for like a good 10 to 15 minutes, this is like, oh yeah, that's just the way it is. And it's the same with them. It's like I have a friend who talks constantly and then completely shuts down, for like
Oh
10
shit!
minutes at a
I
time.
gotta,
And
I gotta, I gotta, I gotta hide this again. I gotta give some trigger warnings though.
yeah, but yeah, he like talks constantly and then shuts down for like 10 minutes at a time. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is the way he is.
Mm.
And I got another friend who feels the need to feel to full wait. He feels the need to uh he doesn't like having moments of silence, so he'll just start talking about things.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the quirks we all have, and it just kind of works together. Like we hammered out a way to interact with each other where we're all it's like we're all good friends, but we have this dialogue between each other, and it just fucking works.
I think that would be more understanding, no? Just like curious, wouldn't that be categorized as kind of like mutual understanding of one another's
Oh yeah,
personalities?
yeah, because it's like we've known each other for like 10, 15 years. A good example is a TikTok video I saw from the military. And it's something I experienced in the military as well, where the entire video is from the perspective of a first sergeant in the Air Force. And uh an enlisted soldier comes into his office and they don't say any words. They just like grunt and do facial expressions at each other, and they get the point clear. It's like obviously the enlisted member fucked up something, and the first sergeant's like disappointed in him, and so he grunts his disappointment at him, and the enlisted man is very sorry about it, and the first sergeant's like, okay, yeah, go on, get on out of here. You learned your lesson. Go on, get on out of here. And they grunt at each other, you know, and then like the commander the officer, commander, the colonel comes in and grunts at the first sergeant, and it's like, yeah, I dealt with the guy. We got it all cleared up, and they just like grunt at each other. No words are spoken. It's just, they understand what's going on.
Fair.
Let me find the video. It's actually pretty funny. Let me get the video. I'll post it and you can look at it later. It's very relatable.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it probably didn't help that I was just like so frustrated by the fact that I couldn't work out properly, and I was just like, bro, this is some fucking bullshit.
I've been trying to get back into working out. Last week, I there was like a moment where I felt sort of bad, and I pulled out the exercise bike and did like 18 kilometers. That was pretty fucking lit. But I haven't been
Hell yeah,
at
bro.
it since. Like this whole ever since this semester started, I walk a lot more than usual. I get a lot more steps in every day. But I would really prefer to go back to properly working out because it makes me it makes me feel better. It doesn't always make me feel good, but it overall it lifts my mood to a certain extent. It's not like a silver bullet against depression, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, goddamn. I'm so happy about this. I started writing this book in 2019.
Damn, bro.
June of 2019. I remember sitting with my well, actually she was my ex then also. We were pretty recently split. And I was like, oh, I have this idea for a role-playing game scenario, for an RPG scenario, but I don't know I think it would work better as a book, but then, I can't do that. And she was like, why? Just write the fucking novel, see how it goes. And now I'm here. There's like five fucking years almost. Although, in fairness, most of that time was spent not working on the book. I almost wrote
Yeah.
a whole other book and a whole other novella and a couple short stories, and I made a bunch of fucking videos. I was depressed for a long time. The pandemic really fucking knocked me out. It's coming out of a different relationship, an abusive little stint in the land of abusive relationships.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. Fucking like the pandemic just killed my whole drawing thing. And it's
Yeah.
like only recently it was just like, just draw what the fuck you want. Like don't sweat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the yeah.
The pandemic and the whole AI thing, I think, really fucking knocked a lot of wind out of a lot of artists' sails. And I feel like at this point in time, a lot of people are regaining their things are looking up again, things are starting again, people are enjoying themselves again.
Yeah. That feels
Yeah.
like
Wow, that took
Hello.
a
Yeah.
while, Cito. That took a while to play, actually.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Also, Posh, I'm
Step away for a
uploading the
second
video.
because I was on a phone call with your mother.
Gosh,
That's wild because I've not been talking to my mom for a long time. I have not talked to her for.
Also, this is the video I was
Yeah,
talking
I know
about.
she complained about it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no audio to this video. It's just all visual, and it's just like this is how I interact with most people. It's just like,
Yeah, I'm hearing keyboard clicking.
okay, yes, there is keyboard clicking. I don't know if that's monetized by YouTube.
So I bet you somebody has monetized this. There's also a very
Probably.
deep bass sound going on in this video at times.
But yeah, I've had so many experiences like this where I've gotten in trouble for being drunk or something, and I just lower my head. the first sergeant's upset at me, and it's like, do you realize you fucked up? And it's like, yes, I do. And it's like, do you feel bad about it? Yes, I do.
No, I don't.
Okay, get on out of here. Trust me, this is how like 90% of like disciplinary actions in the U.S. military go.
You killed 15 Afghan civilians while you were high. Do you feel bad about it?
No, not really.
That's the,
I would expect
always
the
with the
regular...
fucking TikTok jingle. Honestly, I've never had a TikTok video where the jingle wasn't just a million times louder than the fucking video itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I mean,
at like plus 0 decibel.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm glad they do that so you can like so
Wake
it
up.
attributes. Well, it attributes the original poster. You know, so you can't like
Just makes
steal
you
the
wake
content.
up.
Yeah. But no, that's like how like 90 like I'm certain like every single time I got in trouble in the military, that's how like the conversation went. It was like, do you feel bad about what you did and like how you fucked up? And it's like, yes, I do. Okay, get out of here. You know,
Get
and
out
then
of
like
here, you rapscallion.
yeah, he got drunk and he grabbed some sex worker's tits. Yeah, get out of here.
Ah, that's not a nice thing to do. Get out of
Yeah.
here. It's alright. Don't do it again.
Yeah, it's like technically we're in a Muslim country and you shouldn't be doing that to the women. So get on out of here.
You rascal.
I mean, to be fair, soldiers in the military are it's like herding cats. So it is pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
It's
huge logistical apparatus.
Oh
if
yeah,
you got
totally, totally.
if I got called as a U.S. military service member, if I got called to my superior and they went like, "You were on drugs and killed civilians in Afghanistan," I would have been like, "You gave me the drugs."
Yeah, yeah, that's how it's like how did those drugs get there? Oh, they came in on a U.S. Air Force C-130. Oh, that's
Damn.
interesting.
Okay, let's commit war crimes, baby.
Oh, I gotta rewatch American Gangster.
Why?
I've not seen that film in so many years because he also uses U.S. military planes to smuggle heroin.
Oh yeah,
that's such a fucking ball of film.
Oh yeah, that just like like back in the Vietnam War, that just like fucking happens.
Yeah.
They just like I rewatched Apocalypse Now, and I've made a couple posts in the creepy shit panel on the server about it because there's a point in the movie. Hang on, let me pull up what I posted in creepy shit. Yeah, there's a point in the movie where it's like they're going on their journey in the patrol boats and they pass by the last US outpost in Vietnam. It's Du Long Bridge. And it's literally like the last bastion of sanity. Like every day the Americans rebuild the bridge and every night the Viet Cong destroy the bridge. And then the next day the Americans rebuild the bridge. And like that whole scene is so fucking insane. It's so fucking crazy and so fucking creepy. There's this one character. His name is actually I forgot his name. But it's this young black guy. And he he just sits around all day and all night listening to his little radio, listening to rock music on his radio.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, somebody like comes up to him and is like, "Hey, we got this fucking Viet Cong shouting and saying a bunch of shit and like bombing us. Do you think you can take care of them?" And he just like he shuts off his radio and he loads up his 40 millimeter grenade launcher. And like somebody asks him, "Hey, do you need a flare?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I don't need a flare." And he just like he listens to the Viet Cong shouting, "Fuck Americans, fuck you American whores," fuck Americans. And he just aims his grenade launcher in the air, fires it. A couple seconds later, the Viet Cong goes silent. And he just goes back to his radio and starts listening to rock music again. And that's the whole fucking scene.
Damn.
And it's like that dude survived the Vietnam War, but he never left Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's just like, and that's what, and that whole scene is just like, yeah, like what I said in the creepy shit chat. Dulong Bridge, Last Bastion of Sandy, a war on civilization. Every day the bridge is rebuilt, and every night it's destroyed. All Americans stationed there are just in hell.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. If anything, if I could say anything, just go watch Apocalypse Now. If you just want to see the true horror and just base humanity of war, just go watch that movie. It's fucking incredible.
I do enjoy me a good anti-war movie.
It's absolutely an anti-war movie. And it's one of the most popular movies that people in the military watch. I watched this movie like 3 or 4 times when I was in the Air Force.
I mean, honestly, the most serious like anti-war guys that I've met have been soldiers, who have been deployed. Like they're the most serious about like peace and shit because they've like seen it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you've seen it. You've been deployed.
Yeah, I've been deployed to both Afghanistan and Iraq, and it's just like I bought into the lie about Afghanistan. I didn't buy into the justification and the lie to invade Iraq, and that's part of the reason why I when my contract is up, they told me it's like, hey, unless you really want to be a part, unless you really want to reenlist, you can just fucking go.
Yeah.
Because it was like, and here's the funny thing about it was about the Dixie Chicks, because the Dixie Chicks, they're a country music band, but they're like old school country, like they're like the original like outlaw country, which was like the original outlaw country was like, don't trust the government, fuck the government, the government is not your friends. And then after 9/11, country split from like outlaw country to like this super patriotic country, and like the Dixie Chicks were like, no, we're not buying into that shit. And they saw the Iraq War for what it was, and like when I was enlisted, it was just like, maybe the Dixie Chicks had a point. It's like, why are we going like our war? And this is when I was still like buying into we needed to invade Afghanistan. I was just like, okay, we're fighting this war in Afghanistan. Why are we in Iraq? What did Iraq have to do with anything? It was just like, and yeah, because I didn't buy into the propaganda. It was just like, yeah, if you want to stick around, that's fine, but we really don't need you because you're kind of a drag on everything we're doing. And it's just like, yeah, I'm fucking out of here.
I'm a Dixie.
You're getting the other girls sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah, I really, it's such a bizarre thing that country music used to be like fucking labor unions and feminism, basically, and now it's like,
Dolly Parton
I
you
is
know,
an
love the
icon.
monster truck, I love this
The
gasoline piece of shit.
capitalism.
it's
I'm
like
going out to the farm, sings the guy who's never been like within 1,000 kilometers of a cow.
oh
Richmond,
yeah,
north
yeah.
of Richmond.
They came from Nashville, Tennessee, but they lived in downtown Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
You know, in the suburbs, and they're
Mhm.
talking about like, you know, working on the farm,
yeah.
you know, feeding them hogs.
Like I get making
Yeah.
music that's relatable to those kinds of people, but it's really fucking it really very quickly comes off as disingenuous, and
Mm,
like people can tell.
And it's like never fucking mention the African American influence you know, towards country because it's like it's the same with rock, it's the same with rap. There's an African American origin to
elements,
country
yeah.
music. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like people working on the farm, talking about, you know, working for the boss man.
Yeah,
You know,
and
it's
it's a
just
bluesy type of. I mean, like the fucking Elvis grew up with all that with music that was has like this all of his main influences were black basically.
oh yeah, yeah.
That like the
Rock
music that he
music.
was listening to, the people that he was making music with when he was young, they were all black. Well, I mean, not all of them, obviously, but they were like majorly black. People
The
fucking blame
majority the
Elvis for
majority
yeah,
Yeah, the majority were black and like blue collar, like red, like true redneck. Like I know redneck has been diluted a
yeah,
lot, but you know, the original redneck were like Scotch Irish, like unionists,
yeah.
you know, working in the mines of Appalachia, you know.
Yeah, I get really mad when people like basically accuse Elvis of appropriating like black culture when really what he did was that's just the music he was making with the people that he was making it with,
Mm.
and then he
Yeah,
became
yeah.
famous, then he became successful, right? Of course, like it's because it's because he was white that was made palatable, but he didn't do this maliciously. He was genuine. He was having a genuine engagement with the music. He was part of that whole thing, and he made his own thing with it.
Yeah, he was in the fucking culture.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
he was in the stew.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, just the
You
fact
know
that he was
what's
a oh go ahead, Cedar.
sorry. Sorry. I meant to call back to an earlier topic. Go on.
Well,
Well, I
the
was
thing I
about
will
to
never
say
forgive Elvis for, though, is that he stole the dance from Forrest Gump. That's fucking that's
Forrest,
like
How
appropriation.
dare
That's a
he?
disabled man,
I, I,
dude. You can't
I,
do
I,
that.
s- one of the things, one of the things on my bucket list, aside from getting sued, which, if you're in the VIP back room, you learned about that. um,
Damn.
I want to read the sequel, to Forrest Gump because Forrest Gump was based on a novel.
Yeah,
Um,
Was
and
it?
the author, yeah, it was, and the author after the success of the Forrest Gump movie, made a sequel
yeah.
where Forrest Gump befriends a chimpanzee and goes to space with his chimpanzee. And it's like, holy shit, I need to read this fucking book. I need to find this fucking book and read it because it's such a fucking cash grab.
Yeah,
It's thanks to the song Richmond, north of Richmond, right? I learned that Richmond was the capital of the Confederacy. And then I looked it up on a map and realized how fucking crazy that is because of
How
how
come?
fucking close these are to each other.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Oh,
Washington and
yeah, yeah.
Richmond. It's
Mm.
like if a rebellion broke out in Germany and the German capital was in Bremen and the rebel capital was in Kiel.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah,
distances we're dealing with. What the
it's so
fuck?
fucking yeah, during the Civil War, because Washington D.C. was so fucking close to Richmond that the government moved to Philadelphia because it
Oh, I
was
didn't
like
know that.
Yeah, it was temporarily moved to Philadelphia because Washington D.C. Um, was not safe for the Northern government, for the Union.
Damn.
Because yeah, they plot the Confederates in their constant douchebaggery put their capital in Richmond. I mean, if I was running the Confederacy, I would have put it in like Atlanta or maybe Birmingham, Alabama,
Yeah.
or if I
Fucking,
wanted to be,
I don't know, Orlando or some shit. Charlotte.
or
To
if I wanted to
me,
be, if I wanted to be really saucy, I put it in New Orleans.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to say, oh, like if you want to be like really go all the way with the racism aesthetic, fucking Savannah, dude.
Oh, fucking Savannah! Oh my
It's
God!
genuinely it's such a
Houston.
beautiful city, but there's just the history in it is very like it's very
to me,
red.
it sounded
I
like
just
they're a bit arrogant to put it so close.
Yeah.
they
You know what's
were
the
they
most
really were.
southern sounding town name to me is Tallahassee.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Oh
it
yeah,
is about that, but fuck.
oh God,
Damn.
like when I was in the Air Force, I was stationed in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, which is right
That's
next to
such a Floridian name.
yeah, which is right next to Pensacola, Florida,
That's
and
even more Floridian.
and then across the state line was Alabama, and in Alabama down there is Mobile,
I
Alabama,
love
where
Mobile, Alabama. I love that shit because it's
The
such a
fuck is
yeah,
Mobile,
ridiculous name for a
Alabama?
town. It's like the opposite of what a town is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Mobile, Alabama, is that Airbus, the French, German, British, Italian consortium,
Oh,
has a factory in Mobile, Alabama,
Mobile.
where they build Airbus 320s for the North American and South American markets.
Yeah.
It's in Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile.
Alabama.
And then you go another state over the Mississippi, and you got
Which isn't quite frankly that long because like I let's say it's the amount the length of Alabama's coastline is below average.
yeah, it's quite small.
Yeah.
It's quite yeah, it's like both
I
Mississippi and
hear it's.
Alabama, both Mississippi
This is why Skyrim
and
is a bad video game.
it's like this is why like Mobile, like Alabama and Mississippi both have a toe.
Yeah.
They literally have like a toe in the Gulf of the Caribbean. But yeah, you move over, you get to Biloxi, Mississippi, and Gulfport, Mississippi,
I love
where
that
there's
name
just
also.
yeah, where it's just like U.S. Air Force bases and casinos.
hell yeah.
Did you know that Florida has the oldest still inhabited town in the northern sorry, not in the northern Americas, but in the USA?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
The
Florida
what? The
also-
St.
what?
Augustine, Florida is the oldest continuing settlement in the USA.
Yeah, it
In
was
Front
settled
Florida?
by yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think it was
Crazy.
when it was Spanish Florida.
Yeah.
yeah, it was settled by the Spanish.
1565.
Yeah, in the 1500s.
1565.
Florida also has like one of the only towns where
Oh
convict
my god, I love that they put a crocodile in the Wikipedia image.
He's been there for
Also-
that long. He's been around.
Florida is the one place that has a town for circus. I'm gonna be very offensive here. They have a town that's catered to circus freaks like midgets and like hairy women.
I really thought you were
Yeah.
going to say the N word just there.
Oh no. I like the circus freaks. Like oh,
Midgets,
it's a
but
short.
with an N.
Yeah, it's like oh, it's the
M-word.
No, it's in like the town that caters to like circus performers.
Uh-huh.
Like their post office is built to cater to both little people and fat men.
That's
Hmm.
crazy. I
They
fucking
also
love that.
Florida is also home to the one city where it's dedicated to convicted sexual predators as well, which
I
is
do
not
know about that
as
place. Yeah, I do know about it.
yeah, because it's like if you're a convicted sexual predator, you really can't live anywhere. So there's a
Damn.
town dedicated. There's a town dedicated to them where they can live and just kind of be left alone. Because
Yeah.
it's like if you live anywhere else in the United States, it's like either you can't live there because there's going to be children nearby, or else people are going to know you're a sexual predator and just like treat you like fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so in many cases, but yeah. I mean, it's like good for them. They
Apparently,
had, yeah.
the title of the mayor of St. Augustine is commissioner manager?
Sorry, what?
I have no idea what the fuck is this.
I don't know
Commissioner
what to tell you
manager.
about that. Florida is a crazy place. I mean, like if you look into like Lakeland and like Winter Haven, Florida, that's like those are like the main headquarters of like Scientology. So you see some like
The-
pretty crazy shit there. And then you like go over to like Tampa, and like Tampa's like doing its own thing, and then you have Orlando, which is Orlando's basically run by Disney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Love it.
and then you go up a little bit north, and you got Daytona Beach, which is all like fucking NASCAR. Daytona
It's
Beach,
fucking
NASCAR.
it's fucking crazy to me that Miami essentially didn't exist in the 1920s. Like it was like a tiny fucking town with like less than 2,000 people living in it.
Miami is an amazing city. I fucking love Miami. It's so fucking cool. You get so much you get exposed to so much like Caribbean culture within the United States in Miami, but it's also like a fucking dreadful, like humid fucking hellhole where you have to watch out for fucking crocodiles because for some reason, even though Miami is like a major fucking city, there's still fucking just like crocodiles there.
Did, did
That
you
is
ever
some
see those
Shadowrun shit,
photos?
dude.
Did you ever see those photos of Dubai before and after 50 years of petrostate?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
different
These are
yeah,
universe.
fucking insane.
yeah. I remember that one
The
picture.
left
There's
is
like one.
1985.
Yeah, it's a picture of like that Toyota building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you still see the fucking Toyota building, but it's just dwarfed by.
Shouts out
Oh my god.
to the Daihatsu Toyota building
Holy
though.
crap, what the fuck is
They
that?
knew what was up.
What the fuck is that?
They smelled the
Transmitter.
pussy.
I just know like Toyota and Daihatsu bought that building for like three or four hundred
20
thousand
bucks.
dollars. Yeah, like for $20 in
20
like
bucks and a
1980.
goat.
Yeah, and now it's worth like $5 million. Oh man.
That is a fair point.
I'm gonna say something
Bosch agrees with
controversial.
this.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
something controversial right here. But I kind of agree with Vosh when he said that Saudi Arabia
That's
and the
already
United,
controversial.
yeah, as far as like a regional cultural power, Iran is the cultural hegemony in the Middle East, and Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are just like empty, desolate states. They don't
Well,
represent anything.
if you that's complicated because I mean the predominant branch of Islam, and I don't mean Sunni Islam. I mean like this specific like a subdivision of Sunni Islam that like all the terror organizations and all that like subscribe to as well. That is very much intrinsically tied with Saudi Arabia and the dominance of the Saudi royal family. So that is and like religion is a big part of the culture of the Middle East.
No, I understand that. That's
Yeah.
and I'm fine. I'm fine with like personally. I'm totally okay with theocratic states.
I'm
But
not
when it comes to,
personally, but
I mean,
you do you,
I
King.
mean,
Honestly,
there, like you can be a theocratic state and not be a fucking asshole about it.
I mean that is
True.
true.
That
I
is true of
it's like,
literally every form of government.
yeah, it's like I can be cool with most states as long as they're not fucking assholes about it. But like when it comes to like Saudi Arabia and specifically Wahhabianism,
That's the term that I was looking for. That's the specific denomination of Sunni Islam that, alongside
I,
Salafi Islam, has like control of the holy sites because they sort of hold up the Saudi royal family as the kings of.
yeah, it's just I feel like when it comes to like cultural hegemonies, like Iran and like Iraq have so much more cultural leverage than Saudi
Huh?
Arabia has. Iraq, absolutely. Iraq is like
Huh.
I mean, the Fertile Crescent.
I
Baghdad was
That
like,
what?
But like really the heart of the cultural heart of the Islamic world, which of course that's no longer technically the Middle East, is Egypt.
Cairo used to be a
true,
big
true.
center.
But I mean that is technically
And
no longer the Middle East specifically. That's like Maghreb. But a lot of people would
Maghreb.
count it to the
but
Middle East.
also I kind of have like a personal issue with Saudi Arabia building that fucking clock tower in Mecca. It's like, why?
Ah, I'm a
That thing is so
Yeah.
fucking
I'm a
disgusting.
clock tower apologist. I'm sorry. I think that it looks fucking cool.
Nah, you trash.
Oh no,
Clock,
it
clock.
like
I'm a mega clock
like
It's
tower
kind of
actually,
apologist.
fucked that it overlooks the fucking Kaaba like that.
yeah, it's kind of fucking
The
nasty.
Kaaba
I
isn't that
will say
tall. Like
it's
the
Yeah, but
it
like,
is
building that's
what is
built
tall.
around the Kaaba is bigger
this?
than the
It
Kaaba.
it like
It's
it like
so fucking big.
looms over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at this
it's
shit.
impressive. Look at that.
Jesus.
It's so
I'm
fucking
sorry. I think
impressive.
it looks fucking cool. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm a big apologist for
No.
this thing.
No.
Nah,
No,
No.
no.
brother.
Also the fact that I can't like visit this area because I'm not Muslim. Fuck you.
That is true.
It's
That
just
is a
That is
problem.
true.
I mean, it's the same issue I have with the fucking Mormons, because it's like, oh yeah, it's you can be a Muslim, you can be a Mormon. It's so fucking cool, but you weren't born in the Mormonism, so you can't visit the Salt Lake City Tabernacle. It's like, okay, well, fuck you then.
True.
It's like fuck you. I'm not if I can't go to the building that's most important to Mormons because I wasn't born as a Mormon, then yeah, go fuck yourself.
It's
But
like
yeah,
a symbol of Saudi oppression.
yeah,
I don't know
no,
about the. I don't know if that's really the cultural significance of it as seen that way by the Muslims living in the area or the general
I'm
Muslim
pretty sure
population.
all of the Muslims fucking hate this tower.
oh
I
no,
I have no idea, and I don't know if that's true.
no, like I'm
It's
pretty sure,
possible.
like I'm pretty sure every non-Wahhabist Muslim fucking hates this
It
clock tower.
lights up at night?
Oh no.
Most towers do this.
But
Like, I'm
also,
sorry, but this
also,
looks fucking cool. Like, this has a little bit of like a Twitter
It looks like
discourse
it's
vibe.
from fucking Final Fantasy X.
okay, Burger, Gideon.
Yes.
This would be so fucking cool in Las Vegas or in Los Angeles.
No,
Let's
it's
kidnap
cool that this exists outside of Las Vegas. I feel like Las Vegas shouldn't have all the cool stuff on the planet.
Las Vegas was built for human arrogance.
Yes.
Las Vegas is a symbol of arrogance.
Yes.
The same as
This
like
has
the Bund,
vibes
the
like
same
the
as like the
fucking
Bund,
Zanakan skyline.
yeah, the same as
Sorry.
like the Bund in Shanghai. It's a monument to human arrogance.
Sito, this skyline looks fucking fantastic and cool as fuck. This
Yeah, this
is
skyline.
incredibly cool, dude.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
this skyline is so fucking cool.
That is
It,
baller.
yeah, if
Where
it
the fuck
wasn't
did you
in
find that? Jesus Christ.
It's from
this
Final
skyline
Fantasy
would be
X.
so. Yeah, this skyline would
Oh,
be so
damn.
fucking cool
Nice.
if it wasn't in a religious center. Like if this was like Moscow or Tokyo
Funnily
or
enough,
Berlin, you know.
Zanarkand is also a religious center.
Oh, fuck them then. I've never played Final Fantasy X, so I don't know the whole
now knowing
story.
that this is from Final Fantasy, I take it back. I think it's gay, derogatory. Not the gay in the way that I am, which is cool.
But also, I actually I argued this in Valsh's server. I was in a voice chat in Valsh's server, and we were talking about Judea and Mecca, and the massive fucking tent city outside of Mecca, and I argued that like this is the closest we get in modern terms to a Warhammer 40K hive city. It's the fucking tent city. It's a tent city outside of Mecca and
Honestly,
Jeddah.
the fucking the throughput of the Hajis, like year round, and especially in like the peak seasons, is a huge logistical fucking nightmare. Or like
Oh
a
yeah,
challenge
yeah.
for Mecca, basically.
Oh yeah, I've like what like because despite non-Muslims not being allowed in the area, lots of Muslims like to post their journeys on TikTok, and I've watched quite a few of them, and like it's normal to have stampedes in the
Yeah,
area.
there's a lot of
I'm sorry,
design
what?
issues actually. Like it's one of the like most of the really lethal stampedes that happen among humans happen there.
Yeah, it's like like the Saudi Arabian government like built massive complexes to help funnel people, walking to Mecca. But despite having those massive complexes with a lot of like benches and rest areas where people can just like take a break, they still suffer from stampedes and people
Yeah.
just getting crushed under people, and it's just like god damn.
Yeah.
Religion, what religion does to a motherfucker.
Yep. Motherfucker, just crystal.
Yeah.
Man, I realize how fucking evil these guys are. Jesus Christ. Not the guys you've been talking about. I mean, sure, most of them seem to be, but
Just different guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
you
just
found out
regular
about.
men.
But actually, I'm on Google Maps. I'm like browsing around the Middle East, and
Wait, we've
I re-
talked about the Kaaba for way too long without posting this image.
See, that
Fucking do
motherfucker
it.
looms over it. That motherfucker does that.
no, but
It's shorter than the tower.
but it's like despite non-Muslims being allowed to be near the Kaaba, the fact that like Muslims can just like turn on their phone and post a video of themselves like touching the Kaaba is actually kind of fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's like it seeing the experience they feel when they touch the Kaaba is pretty fucking cool. It's like, goddamn, what religion does to a motherfucker. Sometimes it's kind of
Can you
nice.
make it Ethiopian, man?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, it's Jeff the Killer. I'm gonna Jeff to kill you.
I love Jeff the Killer, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, Two Sentence Horror is some of the funniest shit that you will ever find on the internet. confidence with which some of these people post things on this subreddit is amazing. I really don't. I've not been there in a long time, but I feel like probably there's no more unironic posting anything there.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Jeff the Killer came out in a time where it's like you could be like genuinely honest and just be like, I'm gonna make a story,
Yeah.
and
I'm
it's
gonna
just
be.
like it's gonna be cringe as fuck, but I don't care because I'm like 14 years old and I want to make this really cool story, and it became a fucking meme. Yeah, I miss that time.
I mean, they still do it. 14-year-olds still post. I don't think they
And,
should, but they do.
and
I am
like
feeling the shivers from this one.
wait, was it a ring of mushrooms?
There's a price for everything, Cecil.
Shut up.
But like I kind of like how a lot of these Middle Eastern countries think, because it's like I'm looking at Cairo right now, and it's like you have the old city of Cairo, and to the west of it they built the new Cairo, but then to the east of it they built the 6th of October city,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming that's the time they had a revolution. And I'm looking at the 6th of October city, and it's just a bunch of suburbs and like car factories.
I fucking hate
Like
when they name like cities after dates. I
yeah,
thought that's some of the worst shit.
But
I can't remember them.
They should. Okay, but they should build a 9/11 city though.
And actually, they should do that though. Yeah, that
They
was
should-
really fucking funny.
Two towers in them.
Oh, look!
Like-
We have
like
them.
the-
We have
This
them.
will happen
We
again.
got 2 towers. What are you gonna do about? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
they fucking build a 9/11 city in upstate New York, and it's just like all it has is just suburbs and like a Ford factory and a GM factory and a Chrysler factory there.
Oh,
Because that's
shit.
literally I'm looking at the 6th of October city, and it's just on one side it's suburbs, and on the other side is like Nissan Motor Egypt, fucking Chrysler Egypt. It's just a bunch of car factories.
This last one is actually good.
All of my life, my parents told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. What's this glowing ball in the sky, and what is it? Oh,
That's actually good.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
that's
Please
good.
go
That's
back
a
to
good
posting
one.
shit once. Don't fucking.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the meme.
Yeah.
This,
That actually reminds me. I was listening to a true crime podcast, and they were talking about the West Memphis Three, which, if you don't know, in West Memphis, Arkansas, 3 children were brutally raped and murdered.
That's not what we were laughing
Eh,
about. That's not what we were laughing about.
No.
Sorry.
But that was a terrible tragedy. But the really fucked up thing about it was in the early '90s, towards the tail end of the Satanic Panic,
Yeah.
and they basically just blamed 3 goth kids who lived in West Memphis for the crime,
Lit.
and like one of the kids was a goth kid who just like, he didn't do it, but he was a cocky goth kid, so he just like pretended he didn't realize because he was a child, he was a goth kid. He didn't realize the consequences of his actions and ended up being sentenced to life imprisonment because of it. But the 2 other kids were um not mentally retarded, but they were below average intelligence and just were totally fucked over by the cops.
Damn.
And all 3 of them were in solitary confinement in Arkansas for like 20 years. And when they were finally released, when it finally came out, it's like, hey, they didn't commit the crimes, and we don't know who killed these 3 children. And they were finally released. They could not go outside without sunglasses because they were in solitary confinement for 20 years straight. Their eyes could not adjust to being outside.
That's like, it's a level of cruelty that is like, I mean, it's almost unimaginable in a civilized country.
Yeah, and their depth perception was completely fucked because all they had to stare at for 20 years were walls.
Yeah, I mean, your mind adapts. Yeah. Your brain physically is restructured.
Yeah, and here's the crazy thing about those poor kids. I mean, they're not kids anymore. They're in their 40s now. But still, they ended up getting out with an Alford plea, which
Oh my god.
which
Why
an
are you
Alford
making me laugh while MDF tells these terrible stories?
I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
I'm the one making him laugh. I'm the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Bro.
okay, I'm pretty sure an Alford plea is something you guys don't know about in Europe.
I have
Which is a
heard the
truly-
term, but I cannot say that I know what it is.
Okay, what an Alford plea is that this is what they ended up taking as an Alford plea, where they say, "Hey, I did not do this thing. I did not murder these children, but the evidence presented is enough that if a jury want to convict me of being guilty of this crime, they could." So basically, the Alford plea is like, I'm not guilty, but the evidence says I'm guilty, but I'm still gonna go free.
Uh-huh.
That's what an Alford plea is. So they are free. They are back in the general population. But if Arkansas wanted to, they could say, "Hey, we're going to convict you of this again, and this time you're going to be in prison for life, even though you said you were not guilty. The evidence says you're guilty, but yeah, they basically, even though they're free now, they have a sort of Damocles over them,
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's fucking...
depending on the government in Arkansas. And they were just goth kids. They were goth kids in the early 90s. That's the only thing. And like 2 of them were dumber than the regular person. Like if you look into the West Memphis 3, it's really fucking tragic. And whoever fucking murdered and raped those poor kids is still fucking free.
Jesus.
Sorry for bringing it down. It's just I listened to this podcast about it, and it's just like, goddamn, I'm really fucking heated about it.
It's not you who's the problem. It's Cito and me posting insanely stupid memes
about these fucking
stories.
I know. I keep trying to not laugh at you, like posting fucking King.
Bro,
I still want
it's somewhat professional, please.
Have I ever told you the story of me in the classroom while this girl was doing a book report about the Holocaust survivor's autobiography? And I was mates with this guy who, like, we were the class clowns, 2 idiots in the back. And this girl tells in, like, graphic detail about the memoirs of this Holocaust survivor. And then they got put on the train, right? And they were packed so tightly they didn't have space to like defecate. And I'm gonna say this punchline in German first and then translate it for the rest, but I think it needs to be said in German. My mate turns to me in this fucking somber ass story with the most serious look on his face. He says to me, "Scheiß die Wand an."
What does that mean?
So it's an expression of disbelief that basically means shit on the wall. And just the timing of it and his serious ass face made it so hard to control my bursting laughter in the middle of the class in book report.
I love how I know enough German to fucking know that.
That
That's
was
fucking
one of the
horrible.
funniest moments.
That's
Speaking
so
of war
fucking horrible.
crimes,
You are
guess
so
who's
fucking
committing
horrible.
them? Guess who's
What the
committing them
fuck?
right now?
Wait,
I
what
love,
are you
I
doing?
love forgetting about the shit that Stefan Molyneux
This is
says
one
and
of
then
the
finding it
all-time
again.
Stefan Molyneux tweets, dude.
Man,
This is one of
whatever
the
happened to him?
funniest things he has ever.
Is he
This
still
is
even
probably one of
around
the
online?
funniest things like that anyone has ever
He
said
got
on
banned
Twitter.
from YouTube.
Period.
This
Oh,
this
boo-hoo.
this post is from 2019.
Yeah.
I just hope he's dead or something. Same with like Sargon.
Sargon's
No,
still
Sargon
alive.
is very much alive. He's still tweeting.
Yeah,
He's still doing
Yeah.
tweets.
He's tweeting incredible things.
God, I'm so fucking. I mean, I'm over the thing where it's like, damn.
He kind of cringe.
I remember him saying that he preferred Bernie over Trump, and now he's just one of the most vile racist motherfuckers out there.
True.
I want to mention because I am one of those viewers who watched your entire backlog, and it's so, like I'm not blaming you at all for this, and I'm not calling this back as like a gotcha. But I remember like one of your first videos was like
Oh,
you calling out you were calling out Sargon of Akkad for some of his bullshittery, and you were holding your Patreon donation to him as like again as a sword of Damocles to tell him to fucking mop up his fucking
Did
behavior.
I do the Patreon thing with him? Did I say something like that? That's fucking weird.
It was either a Patreon or like a PayPal donation he used
Good
to have
lord.
to him. This was like back in like 2016 or something.
Yeah,
so
this
it's
one, I
so long
remember this
ago.
video. I remember this
incredible.
video. I used to be like, yeah, because I was just trying to like, I was like really irritated with something he'd said, and I just started, and I thought like, I'm trying to tell it, don't become a Nazi, and then it's like, well, that didn't
Yeah,
work
that's
out.
what it was. Is like it was like he was like fucking fingering like the Nazi clit. And you were like, "Hey, don't do that!
Yeah.
Don't do that, or else I'm gonna pull my Patreon from you."
I wouldn't. I don't.
no.
I don't remember the Patreon thing,
know-
but it's been a
Okay,
while.
it probably wasn't a Patreon thing. But I think it was like a PayPal donation or something.
It might have been something. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
I mean,
to be fair, your first video was like, "Don't kill Donald Trump."
yeah.
It's like, which is a great video. You should always keep that up. It's like, yeah, please, Antifa, don't fucking assassinate Donald Trump.
What the fuck was up with the recording of this video, by the way? With the "Don't Kill Donald Trump," because I remember you looked like
I did it in my bedroom,
right?
Yeah.
But, like, were people in the room with you?
No, why should people be in the room with me?
Because you looked off camera and
mean,
addressed people.
That was a bit I used to do.
Yeah, not to be totally parasocial, but like the first thing you said was like, "I can't believe I'm doing this."
Damn.
The one thing I will say,
had like the vibe as if you were like, "I can't believe I'm about to record in front of other people."
No, the thing
That's
that
the
I
vibe
meant
of
was
it.
I can't believe I'm actually doing my very first proper YouTube video, and I'm wondering where this will go.
Yeah.
I will
say it went pretty well.
Oh, fucking god!
Yeah.
Can I speak, please? Are you
sorry,
guys just
go
not
ahead.
hearing me? Is that it?
I
No,
mean,
it's fine.
No,
Sometimes people talk at the same time.
The one thing I will say about the London is 37% English is, in the context of history, he is kind of right. As in, it was never. It's a dumb joke. It's a dumb joke.
London
Yeah,
has
but
always
what
been an
is the joke?
international city.
Just the fact that
What
it
was
was
he
never English to
cooking?
fucking. Just the fact that London was never English to properly begin with.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was
I don't
founded by
think I'm
Romans,
racist
and
enough to like understand this.
yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm just, I'm just
UK
looking
not
at it.
offered.
It's like London has always been an international city, so of course it's not going to have like a majority of any person. It's the same
Yeah.
like New York City. New York City is like full of all kinds of people. You know.
I love that though. I really I think this is the way that humans are supposed to live now these days. I think being into like learning how to practice sort of a mixture of polite ignorance and genuine engagement with other people that are different from you in like sometimes quite fundamental ways is just it's good for people and for humanity as a whole.
Oh no, for sure.
And I don't, I don't mean to bring this up, but you brought it up, Vitor, by posting the picture here. But like having a U.S. service member self-immolate like this has had major implications here in the States. People are really fucking talking about this.
That's good that they're
Yeah,
doing that. That's really fucking good.
yeah, it's like one of the few things I can connect to with my dad is like military service.
What?
And we talked for like a good 2 hours about this because he talked like my dad talked because my dad served in the Vietnam War, and the big like self-sacrifice that happened there was the Buddhist monk who self-immolated against the South Vietnamese government, and also talking about how U.S. soldiers uh, would commit fragging. Um, Fun fact, fragging was coined during the Vietnam War, and that was because
They kept
uh
fragging their commanders or
yeah
NCOs.
they'd
I
frag
recall.
well it wasn't really NCOs, it was officers were enlisted men who were disturbed and very upset by the orders they were given by their officers. In a form of protest, they would roll a live grenade into the bunk of their officer,
Jesus
thus
Christ.
killing their officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. It happened in Vietnam. It happened in Afghanistan, and it happened in Iraq as well. You know,
Oh damn,
so
flamethrowers, nice.
so
Sorry.
like yeah the
Somehow.
the idea of unless like U.S. military members protesting genocides and illegal acts is nothing new. But I'm glad. Like I don't want to say I'm glad this happens. It's a fucking tragedy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that as a result of his sacrifice, we're really talking about this shit
Yeah.
because it needs to be talked about. Because we can't keep acting. And I'm talking as American and as a veteran. We can't keep pretending that the people in the U.S. military are fucking mindless drones. They have their own thoughts.
I hated this aspect of the discourse too, and I often hate this aspect of the discourse that I see among leftists of like just painting people who are in the military as these fucking mindless idiots, these like blind-eyed, frothing at the mouth, racist patriot guys. When it's really mostly just people who are like economic circumstances force them into this role.
Yeah,
True.
when I was in the Air Force, like the majority of the people I worked with is like they came from like poor
Yeah.
backgrounds, and I was in the same boat. It's like It's like I didn't have a lot of options. I didn't have. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of options, and joining the Air Force was the best option. And it was the same for a lot of other people. It's like they wanted to go. They want to go to college. They want to become doctors or engineers, but they came from circumstances where they did not have that opportunity. And the only opportunity you had and still have is the military. And unfortunately, when you join the military, yes, those options are unlocked to you, but you get exposed to some really fucked up shit
Yeah.
because you're in the military. I
Fair.
mean, I think I've talked about it before, but like one of the things that happened when I was serving, because I served in Air Force Special Operations, um, which was the you know I I worked on AC-130 gunships. Like we got bad intel, and we fucking shot up a wedding in Afghanistan.
Shit.
Damn,
We
bro. Really? Fuck.
we we ended up like we got bad intel, and we ended up just destroying a fucking wedding. Like 250 people were killed because of a fucking
Fuck,
mistake.
bro.
The
Damn.
the pilot, not the pilot, the co-pilot committed suicide
Yeah.
after it happens.
Damn.
We had to fucking live with that. And like like our commanders were charged with war crimes for that. We weren't. I wasn't, but I had to fucking live with that. That yeah. I mean, it still haunts me to this day because
Yeah.
it's like we launched the aircraft, and we weren't even in Afghanistan. We were in Uzbekistan. Yeah, I can say this. We launched our aircraft from Uzbekistan, and they flew down to Afghanistan, and they did their operation, and then when they came back and landed, you know, that's when like when they landed, the pilots were sequestered. They were basically arrested, and we were told it's like button up these aircraft. They're not going back out. And we didn't know what was going on. And then eventually we learned what happened from the fucking BBC.
Oh,
What?
damn.
Yeah. And when the BBC leaked the story, like I remember we had to all go to the combat theater, and our commander told us like what fucking happens. And at that time, the pilot and the co-pilot already knew what was going on, and the co-pilot managed to fucking hang himself uh in his bunk.
Damn, bro.
It was a really fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, whatever Aaron Bushnell saw, cuz he was a computer tech working in a high security theater. Whatever he saw what was going on in Gaza and Israel, um I wouldn't be surprised if he saw some really fucked up shit. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if he saw that. I mean, some people are talking about this, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's Americans uh, fighting in Gaza against Hamas and doing some really fucked up shit.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So, I mean, if he saw that, and this is what he felt he needed to do. It's like I I I don't have the bravery or the guts to do what he did, but I understand why he did what he did. sorry to make this so fucking
No,
deep.
this
I
really,
didn't.
this really did stop us from shitposting. This is what we needed to not.
Oh, I never stopped.
Oh, fucking course you didn't. You son of a bitch.
Shit, man.
It's a big L for the pineapple. on
Thank
pizza
you,
side,
thank
by
you
the
for
way.
like sharing this. Actually, I appreciate that.
I mean, yeah. I just, I've told my dad about it, and he understands because he he was in some similar fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Um, it's like talking to my, when I told my dad about the wedding, he ended up telling me about how when he was in Vietnam and they were stationed outside of a village, and the Air Force got wrong targeting data, and they ended up napalming the village he was outside of, and he ended up like going into the village and carrying out like children with their skin melting off because they were fucking napalmed, carrying them out,
Jesus.
you know, to get proper medical treatment,
All right. Let's end the
Sorry.
stream right there. I mean, fuck
I'm
it.
so
It's
sorry.
I mean,
I'm
No,
so
don't worry
sorry.
about it.
right to
This
end
is.
it,
I
Burger.
actually.
You were right to
I'm
end
glad
it. I
you
was
feel.
about to commit war crimes in game.
I'm glad you feel comfortable talking about this. But yeah, thank you, chat. Thank you, everyone.